Alright guys, so I did a quick Sam's Club slash Walmart haul because I needed to grab stuff for now that the kids are back in person. It's not like I can just whip up snacks with stuff I have in the fridge, so it's got to be stuff that's easy to grab on the go. So I'm going to start now with, I think I'll start with the Sam's Club because that's the bigger order. I don't know why I say order. Sam's Club. I'm going to start with the Sam's Club. That is the biggest order. And trust me, after as much as I spent at Sam's Club and Walmart, I got to do a Dollar Tree clean because, wow. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to start over here. We did get a bunch of household stuff. My Clorox cleanup. I love this stuff. This is my go-to for the kitchen sink, the bathtub, the toilet, everything. Like, this is my absolute favorite cleaner. I've tried to go more natural, not Clorox. I just can't do it. It doesn't work for me. But I am going to do a clean with me, not using this because I did get all Dollar Tree stuff to use. But so my Clorox cleanup, I got my Dawn Power Wash, which I am loving this stuff right now. We got some trash bags, and then even some of the lawn trash bags, we needed those. We got some of these balanced breaks. Really good. Kids really like these. What we got here? We got some white cheddar with the cranberries and almonds, and then white cheddar with cashews and raisins. Both of them really good. Quick and easy. Grab them, throw them in a lunch. Can't get easier than that. Did get some paper plates. We are going to have people over this weekend, so these will work too. Most of this stuff has been busted into. It's literally 24 hours after I've walked out of Sam's Club, and almost everything has been busted into. These, oh my God. If you can find these, I can only find these at certain Sam's Clubs. I have not seen these anywhere else. So good. Already gone. We like them so much. I always should buy 2 bags, and I don't. Doritos, we got some regular Doritos. This is a new one that they wanted to try, a twisted lime. Veggie straws. My son wanted these for some reason. I had them, he didn't like them. Now he likes them. I don't know. Got a big old block of Parmesan because we use this stuff. Like you can see, we've already used a good hunk of this. We had, I did get a rotisserie chicken, so we had a chicken Caesar salad, which we used that Parmesan cheese and some of these naan breads toasted. Really good. Let's see what else we got. We got some peanut butter pretzels. They're always good. I did grab these so that I can just throw these in my son's lunches and my daughter's actually. She takes a lunch once in a while too. But I used to do a big bag of stuff and then I would portion it out. You know what? These are just convenient. And I'm sure by the time all is said and done, probably at the end of the day, it's all the same price between the baggie, the multiple bags of chips and different kinds of chips. Like this just seems like it'll be easier. So we got some of these. Let's see. We got the naan bread. This is always a favorite. We do like this one a lot. And what we usually do is, because they're pretty good size, we'll make a pizza out of them one night. But then also cut them in 4s and stick them in the toaster. We did that last night with our chicken Caesar salad. Almond butter. My daughter wanted to grab this. I have had almond butter before, but not in the house. We usually just stick with the peanut butter, but she wanted it, so we grabbed it. We got some of the body armors for my son to take to school. I don't like sending him to school with soda. I figure it's the one spot that I can say, nope, you got to drink what I give you, and I'm giving you something other than soda. Pumpkin spice raviolis. My daughter's kind of excited about these. I had some in the freezer, some in the fridge. We're going to have some this week, and then we'll freeze the rest for another day. Let's see what else we got here. We got this buy to try. I've never tried this. We already took one out. We'll see how that goes. We got some Snapple iced teas down here. Like I said, everything's been, I think you can see there, busted into. Yeah, there you go. Everything's been busted into. Got some toilet paper, some paper towels, And then I think that's it for my Sam's Club haul. Now I'm going to switch to Walmart. So Walmart is from here over. Oh, Baja Blast was Sam's Club. From here over is all Walmart. We needed new thermos for Nick because the other one was left in his school bag for quite some time, so we didn't even bother to open it because that would have been scary, so we just tossed it. Some new travel mugs. Ours were getting kind of dingy. There is one other one I got from my husband. He must have taken it already. Some green tea, daughter's favorite tea. A couple sodas because Walmart didn't have their Sam's Cola, so oh well. Some more just convenient grab-and-go chips. I grabbed these at Walmart before we went to Sam's Club. I don't know why. They're the exact same ones that we have there. And I paid, these were $3.25 a piece, so it was $6.50 for the two. I think I paid $9 for the other pack. So if you see them at Sam's Club, grab them there. They're much cheaper. Mia. Some Kit Kat fruity cereal. Looks like it's, what is that? Oh, Fruit Loops. Okay, so Kit Kat Fruit Loops. I guess. I don't know. We needed some new lunch bags, so we grabbed up those. We got some ginger ale. My husband takes a ginger ale. I like a ginger ale too. Sometimes that is the only soda that I will give my son to take to school. A ginger ale or a Sprite. I figure when he's in school, he doesn't need caffeine. Try and keep him planted in his seat as long as possible. So I think that's it. Yeah. So Walmart, Sam's Club. Ugh. Now I gotta try and find the spot for all of this stuff. That's actually a daunting task as I look at it right now. So let's see if we can find spots for all this stuff. I'm going to give you some opinions of stuff that I bought at Sam's Club. These paper towels, I would liken them to the Brawny paper towels, a lot cheaper, so that's good. This toilet paper here, I would almost compare it, not quite as thin as Scott's, but not plush as like the Cottonelles and the Angel Softs and stuff like that. That doesn't work in our toilet. It always gets clogged up, so I was using the Scott's. So this is kind of a happy medium. And as much as I would love to have somewhere to store this all nice and neat, I don't. So I just keep it in the box, and I'll show you later how I store it. I just cut the top of the box and you'll see the closet that I put it in. And then I did grab the trash bags here, and what I'll do is, since again limited in space, and I like to have both the regular kitchen trash bags and then also the lawn bags both in the same box, I'll take one roll from each and put it in one box and then stick it under the cabinet under the kitchen sink. It just makes it easier. Nobody has to go searching for where anything is. It's all right there under the cabinet. And then I put the overflow that I have in the back somewhere where I can hide it, which I'm finding it harder and harder to find spots for stuff, especially when I do this big bulk shopping. So I do need to go through, and like I've been saying in my other videos, is doing a big declutter and just a reorganize, something that's going to work better for my house. It is small. I don't have a lot of cabinet space or storage space or even closets that I can put stuff into. So that is coming up, some decluttering and just reorganizing, trying to make stuff easier. So here's where I've been storing the big boxes of toilet paper, and then I do have the cabinet in the bathroom that you're going to see next, where I put in a few rolls so that when somebody's in there, they're not having to yell out, "Mom, I need toilet paper." That's the reason why we got this cabinet, because that was pretty much a daily it was a daily request. I need toilet paper, because we didn't have anywhere to store it here in the bathroom. So literally the roll that was on the spinny thing, that's what we had in there, and every day I need toilet paper. It's just, I kind of miss it, but it was funny. Just looking to see if we're doing any science experiments in this bowl. This has all of our tomatoes from our garden, and it's getting near the end of the season, and I think we're kind of tomatoed out. So we've been having tomatoes just sitting on the bowl. We haven't been eating them as much. So I just wanted to see. Yeah, they're looking a little iffy, but now I'm just going to work on trying to get all of the dishes cleaned up. Now this is the next day, because I put all that stuff away and then got sidetracked and then just went about doing what I was doing. So now we're just trying to get everything cleaned up, and this is where I'm going to use all of the dollar store products that I bought. I'm starting with this Comet. It's an antibacterial spray. I read the directions wrong. You're supposed to leave it sit for 10 minutes, and I think I was only leaving it sit for 1 minute. If you want it to be an actual disinfectant, you have to let it sit for 10. I wasn't looking to really disinfect as more as I was just looking to clean and get done.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond
You can see I have a lot of glass containers that I'm washing right now, and that's only because it was trash day today. So I like to try and keep everything in the fridge as long as possible for our leftovers. I try not to put it in the trash too early. I go through the fridge on trash day just because I don't want it sitting out in our trash because it gets nasty, and honestly, it's still hot here. Like as we speak, or as I speak with you guys right now, it is a heat wave almost. We're, I think, maybe getting to 90 today, which it's kind of crazy. It's mid-September. I don't know how we're doing 90-degree days still, but the kids like it. I mean, Mia, she says she's going to go in the pool one more time before it's shut down, so we'll see. Today would be the day, but I'm hoping for some cooler weather because even though I don't decorate for fall, I do like to decorate for Halloween, and Mia is very excited. She would have decorated for Halloween in July if you would let her, because I'm like, Mia, we can't. She's already been looking for Halloween stuff. She's like, I'm ready. Let's do this. But I do have, and you might see a little sneak peek, I do have some stuff sitting on my chair in the front room when I go in there of some Halloween stuff that's waiting to get sprinkled about.
on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond dreamy, breezy we go, easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond
So I'm going to give you some honest opinions on stuff that you're seeing here. I have the electric salt and pepper grinder. Not a huge fan of them. I do like them for display and out on the kitchen table. However, they don't work well enough for the amount of pepper especially that I use. So I grabbed these little IKEA jars for like $4.99, and I put all of my salt and pepper in there so I could pinch out. So the next product that I'm using here is the LA's Totally Awesome All-Purpose Concentrated Cleaner. Okay, so maybe that's why I had an issue with it. Not that I had an issue. Okay, let me see. It says it's a degrease or spot remover. So it removes blood stains, grease, wine, liquor, gum, oil, glue, coffee, pet stains, some inks, fresh paint, varnish, hair dye, food stains, grape juice, berry juice, and many more. Dilute before use. Okay, so I'm seeing a common theme here. I didn't read the directions. You were supposed to dilute it. I did not. I saw that it had the little spray, so I'm like, all right, I went in with the spray bottle. Okay, so dilute it. So that may change my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion today, which was, it was a little strong for me scent-wise. It worked really well. I love how it worked, considering that it was only $1. And now that I'm reading I can dilute it, you know, this would even make it go further, this little bottle here. But I did not dilute it, and the scent was a little strong for me. Sometimes I am a little sensitive to scents, especially like I think there's a lemon verbena that Mrs. Meyer has, and when I spray that, it catches me in the back of the throat, and it almost like it gives me a cough for a couple minutes. I've since not used that one, and this kind of did the same thing to me, but I will come back on at some point when I've diluted it, and it even has like all the directions on here of how to dilute it. Oh, I can't believe I didn't read these. But anyway, moral of the story is read your directions, because you just willy-nilly going in and spraying. But it did work really well, and I did like it for this purpose. But I'm going back and forth to the Comet disinfectant cleaner, which I did really like that for all of my countertops. It did work really well.
Would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. You play my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beach side. Put your rose-colored glasses on.
Moving on to my microwave, I didn't want to use a chemical in there. I don't know, I sometimes feel weird about using a chemical in the microwave. So I just grabbed a paper towel with some dish soap on it. And I figured that works usually the best. We don't really use our microwave a lot, other than maybe heating up some coffee and a frozen bag of vegetables. That's pretty much it. Or leftovers, I should say, yeah. But usually I will have a wet paper towel on any leftovers that I heat. That's like a little trick that I've used. One, it doesn't dry out your food. It'll dry out the paper towel first. And two, it helps it from splattering all over the place. So a little trick there that I like to do is a wet paper towel on your leftovers for heating. So let me know if you guys try that, or if you do that, and if you give that one a thumbs up or not.
Parts, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your parts. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want.
And I do want to add that LA's totally awesome stuff that I used on the stove here. It didn't streak the stainless too bad, which I do like. That is like a battle for me. I always get a streaky kind of stainless steel mess going on. I do have stainless steel cleaner. I don't use it that often, only on the fridge really. But now I'm moving over to this spot, which is can you tell we like carbs? That we like bread? This is our little bread basket that hides in the corner, and I just need to go through it because there's a lot of bread in here. Man, we have bagels and flat outs and rolls and you name it, it's in there. So I'm just going to go through that and see what needs to get tossed, what may be a science experiment that was buried way deep in the back of it. But yeah, so that's the next thing on the list.
Baby, kick your shoes off. You don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down. Be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off. Don't hide it. I don't fit into your parts. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder.
I pop some of this stuff in the freezer because I know we're not going to go through it all in a week and it'll probably go bad. So I think maybe this stuff like English muffins that I can just take out and thaw one at a time, better off in the freezer. So I'm going to continue to work on stuff over here because the kids have this like box of candies and stuff. I shouldn't say the kids, I'm guilty too. But it's saltwater taffies, and then I think my daughter brought home some Chick-fil-A cookies, which give me strength. I cannot eat those. I'm trying to not even look at them at this point.
You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby.
So the tomatoes that I have that are still good, I'm going to put in this little strainer. I think they need to have some air circulating so they don't get weird and like mushy at the bottom of the pot. But we only did get one tomato, one pepper this year. I think the tomato plant grew so high and large that our pepper plant really couldn't get enough sunlight. So only one pepper, which was kind of a bummer. But now I'm going to go through because I have melting, I think it was oranges. I'm not quite sure. I'll let you know when I get the results back on that. But I'm going to go through the fruit bowl, clean it up, and get the fresh apples that I bought. And I do have a fresh watermelon that I had to cut too. That's kind of just sitting there waiting for me. Again, kind of end the season. I saw it on sale, I grabbed it. So we're going to have some fresh watermelon tonight.
We got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Turn it up on a higher.
Why is it the minute that I had to wait for this disinfectant, which we know was actually 10 minutes, but I read wrong. So I got to just let that go, right? Like, get over it, move on. We're done with that. But the minute felt like an eternity. I mean, I sped it up, so it was quicker here, but like really, it felt like an eternity. I don't know why I don't have patience for that kind of stuff. Like the pot of boiling water to make tea or the coffee brewing or, to make pasta. Like just standing there waiting that minute or however long, it would take just feels like an eternity. Patience with people, my kids, stuff like that. Tons of patience. You could take all day. I don't mind. But just waiting to finish something. Like I just wanted to get done today. So every minute that I was waiting to wipe stuff down just felt like an eternity to me.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You're kind of like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You were never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you.
Now the next product that I'm using is the Dollar Tree foaming glass cleaner, and I'd have to say, like, this stuff worked awesome. I was really surprised because I've been using the spray away, I think it is. Don't quote me on that one, but it is now I gotta go look. Hold on. Yes, it was called Spray Away. I had to go check because I wasn't sure. But this Dollar Tree one, wow, like I was really impressed by this. And not that the Spray Away is that expensive, but if you can get it for $1, definitely do it because this stuff worked awesome. I don't use Windex or anything anymore. I could just never get my windows clean with Windex. I always had streaks for some reason, just never failed. But that stuff is awesome. Now moving on to some of the quick erasers. This is the windowsill at my kitchen sink that has all of my plants on it, which I need to start kind of whittling those down and figuring out what I'm doing there. Some stuff is actually starting to die off, like our herbs that we have sitting up here. They're starting to run their course. But I get stains on here from the pots and stuff that just sit on the windowsill. It does have to be repainted, which I need to actually go through and repaint all of my baseboards, windowsills, and like door frames because I'm just noticing how dingy they're getting. But for now, we're just going to use the Magic Eraser dupe from the Dollar Tree. I did like it. I mean, it worked on what I needed it to do. So I would say for the price you get, as you saw, there was 3 in that pack for $1. So they're like 33 cents a piece, which is a pretty good deal. I don't use these that often. For me, I'm pretty much out of the phase of kids writing on walls and stuff like that. So I don't really need it for that purpose. I do have a chair that rubs up against the wall on the kitchen table. And I have used it on that, both the Mr. Clean ones and these, and I would say they work just as good either one. So, but definitely that window cleaner for $1, like super impressed with that. Since I am at the kitchen sink so much, I do like to have something here to look at. So I have a picture of Coco, our bulldog, and Bogey, our bulldog before Coco. We had Bogey before we even had the kids, kind of let us know that we were good to raise someone or a being. So kind of prepped us for when we had kids. We had our dog first. So I keep a picture of Coco and a picture of Bogey. And then I'm moving on to cleaning the sink, and I'm using that magic eraser again because I get like these rub marks from especially the cookie sheets in my sink, and it leaves like this weird grayish kind of mark in there. The magic eraser, it worked okay on that. I don't think this is really one of its purposes, but it did work a little bit. It's still there. Does the Bon Ami work? It does. But the best thing I found for my kitchen sink is the Barkeeper's Friend. And then I'm just going to squirt in some of the disinfectant. And I did use the sponges from the dollar store. These are kind of like the nail saver sponge. It has a rough side and then a softer side. And then in between, you're supposed to be able to put your fingers so you don't mess up your nails. I'm not a huge fan of them. Just because the scrubber on the one side just wasn't enough. Like, there's some times where I really have to scrub stuff off and it wasn't doing it for me. So I would stick to I think they have a 2-pack of like the heavy duty, or maybe the 3-pack of the heavy duty blue sponges. They work a little better. And again, for 33 cents, you don't mind when you have to toss it often. Here is the strainers that I absolutely rave about. I like to put one of these into my kitchen sink probably every other week. It just catches so much more stuff than the strainer that would come with your drain. And I also put one in my laundry room to catch all of the lint that comes out of my washer. Now I'm moving on to just sweeping up so that I can get all the crumbs off the floor because I am going to mop.
Coming. Can we just leave it right here? Never to touch it again. Yeah, even if you doubt me now, you should know I don't care about the things you say. I don't even know what I want no more, yeah.
To mop my floors today, I'm going to use the Fabuloso Complete. I saw this at the Dollar Tree and figured, why not? I usually use the regular one in the lavender scent, and I did buy lavender scent again. This stuff just smells so awesome. And side note, if you guys have this spin mop, don't break your back trying to lug it in and out of a sink. If you guys have one of these hose attachments in your faucet, just leave it on the floor and pull it out to fill up the bucket, because it kills your back. I know I used to try and fight with this thing in our utility sink, getting it in and out of. I would make such a big mess, which not a big deal really because I was cleaning anyway, but it would kill your back. So please save your back. Make it easier on yourselves. Now, back to this Fabuloso. It's the Fabuloso Complete Multi-Purpose Cleaner. Look, so you guys don't make the same mistakes I do. I'm going to read the directions here. It says that it works on lime scale, cleans counters, and cuts through grease. I've never used it on anything but the floors. However, I love the smell of this, so I think I want to try it on other stuff. And this is saying for like bathrooms and walls that you just use on a sponge. Like, you can pour it directly on a sponge to remove grease on hard, non-porous surfaces. So I wonder if that's just on the grease then, because I think I would want to put it in a spray bottle with a little bit of water. I don't know, it just seems like it would, be able to go around and spray and clean. But love the smell of this stuff. And, oh God, it's so sad to say. I'm kind of excited to dilute it a little and use it in other places of the house because it smells so good. But I'm finally going to move into the living room because I feel like I've spent the entire day in this kitchen. Probably because my kitchen is the messiest room in my house. Probably aside from my bedroom. Now, my bedroom's just completely unorganized. But my kitchen is always a mess. It's the drop off. Everybody comes in and drops everything off. But I'm finally moving into the living room. And you may see the sneak peek of the Halloween decorations sitting in the blue chair next to the door. So keep an eye out for that.
When you call my name, and I will come running, yeah, every day. 24/7, yeah, every day. I will come running, babe. Every day. Yeah, every day, babe.
I know it may seem a little odd that I'm mopping before I vacuum, but this particular day, Mia did have an online class, and I try to keep it as quiet as possible when she has any online classes. She only has one a week right now, so I figured I'd get the mopping done. Anything that was quiet, I would get done, and then I would move on to the louder stuff like the vacuuming and stuff. But I am going to use the disinfectant spray, the Comet disinfectant spray, and these rags that I got at the Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree rags. I think for $1, you get 2 of them. So 50 cents a piece, way cheaper than using a roll of paper towels, which I did most paper towels in the kitchen just because of all the grease and stuff, and you can just throw it away. But when I'm dusting off the tables in the living room here, I do like to use a cloth instead. Just, cost effective, really. So I'm going to wipe down everything now while she, like I said, is doing the online class. Which, can we just talk about that for a minute? Like, I don't know how you guys were in your schools. Our schools were out since March of 2020. Like, that was a rough 18 months. And I'm not going to complain about it because my kids are older, so I'm not I'm, still a hands-on mom, but I'm not like the teacher after the online lessons were learning or being taught. So for me, I asked Nick during the whole time, I'm like, are you okay with this? Like, how's it feeling? And he's like, it's awesome. I mean, let's face it, what teenager isn't going to say it's awesome to literally roll out of bed in your pajamas, click on your computer? Who knows if he dozed off a couple times? Just saying. I don't know. It could have happened. Maybe it didn't. I'm thinking it did. I mean, let's face it, right? Let's be honest. But I think we need that structure. Like, I know for me personally, and I'm an adult, half of the time, all right, maybe a third of the time I don't act like it, but I am. I swear I'm an adult. But for me, it was rough because I need that structure. Like, for me to, get up and kind of hit the ground running. Like, all right, we got to get lunches done, breakfast done. You got to get, yourself together. We got to get out the door. And then I come home and I still have that go mentality that I come home and just get stuff done and I'm able to blast through things. When they were home from school and doing online learning, everything was just kind of like, yeah, okay, I'll get to that at some point. Yeah, I'll do that again. Or that'll come up later. Or yeah, I'll do it. I'll get to it. Like, I personally needed that structure. Like, that's just that regimen just to this is what we do. This is how, timelining stuff. And that 18 months, I have to admit myself, it was rough. So man, you moms out there with the little kids doing it, hats off to you guys, because that was pretty rough.
'Cause you're mine, 'cause it's just my habit. I can't describe it. And she can talk about it like it's magic. The way that she loves my habits, just my habits.
So I'm going to finish up here with the vacuuming, and we're going to get all the vacuuming done, and everything is going to be spotless, right? And it's going to stay that way. Come on now, you know that's a joke. But can we all be in agreement that the kitchen took way too long? Like, I was in there forever, right? So guys, I hope you have an awesome day. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel. I am going to bring you guys some Halloween decor for like super, super cheap. Like, you just need scissors and like construction paper if you have that on hand, or like the poster board from the Dollar Tree. But it's going to be awesome. And if you have any questions about the products I use from the Dollar Tree, just drop me a question down below and I'll see you in the comment section. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.